Okay. Welcome to my Saturday stream, which little bit of change of plans. It's gonna be a little bit different today. I think originally I'd planned on playing Fallout New Vegas, but I think that we're gonna take a little bit of a break here and play a game. Actually, I don't think I played much of my Steam library really quick. I think it says something like I've played 116 minutes of it, but I don't remember this game at all. So I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me as I'm playing it, but I have no idea. I don't remember what I'm getting into. I don't know what this game is even about. Honestly, I watched the store page like demo video like 6 times today. Like, even I was like, what is this game? I don't quite understand. So yeah, so we're gonna try and see what it's about, and we'll, I don't know, I guess we will just be on this adventure together here. So let me switch it over to the right screen. Okay. And then let me make sure. Let's do closed captioning, yeah. I think that's good. Sure, that sounds fine. I don't know if this is a scary game or not. I can't remember, and I hope not, because I don't know how, if I'm in the mood for a sort of jump scary kind of game here, so. Let's see, yeah, we're doing that. I don't know what the rest of this is. This game is called The Beginner's Guide. It's a random Steam game that I have in my library. I have not, again, I don't know, supposedly I've played 116 minutes of it, but I don't remember any of it. So we're gonna kind of just jump in, I guess, and see. We're all kind of just figuring this out together here. So, but yeah, The Beginner's Guide. I don't know what this game is about. I've watched the preview of it like 6 times even just today, and I have no idea what it's about. I can't tell what the game is about, but yeah, so I guess let's get started. Let's see what we're getting into. Let's see what it's about. Oh, my audio is on. Hope you guys can hear it. Okay. If you can't hear the game, or you can't hear me, let me know.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, Not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Kind of feel that way too. Okay. Whoa, shit. Oh, you...
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
I don't want there to be, like, any jump scares. This is one of, like, please don't let there be any scary parts.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
Oh god. What does that mean?
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Yep, that's it.
Force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh god. I know. I was like, I can't, like, I actually can't.
Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know.
Wait, am I
There's really
supposed
no
to...
reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh, okay. I was like, do I have to figure out how to get through it? I know, I don't have any bullets now, too. I can't reload.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Meep.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this
Welcome
is what
in,
happens
welcome
instead.
in. Hey, puppies, no. I got both the dogs today, so they're a little excited. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, wait, what did he say? I missed that. Oh. Am I floating? Whoa. Oh,
The beam causes you to start
she's on the
floating.
ground right now, but normally
And
she's
this is
back
an
here.
important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating
Lola,
could
go
be
lay
the
down.
afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream
There, I
of
did.
tiny little games that
Screenshot
go in all sorts
Labyrinth.
of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Is there even a way out of it? Oh, there is, yeah. There is a way out of the labyrinth. The past was behind her. Oh, I can't move or anything. Oh.
Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
What? Wow. Okay, sorry. Just can't really see very well. Alright. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh!
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Why does the future keep changing? I don't know, man, that's kind of deep. Yeah. We're all walking backwards, man. Okay. Can I continue to walk, or is there something else I'm supposed to find out here? Oh, shit, there's more? Back here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Okay. Can I... Still can't walk forward. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Okay. Who is this Coda? That's what I want to know. Y'all, I don't like this. I'm scared. Oh, you're now entering. I swear to God, if I fucking get scared here.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes...
Really quick. That is a very good example of my anxiety. Because just the overthinking of like, and the stress and panic, my hands are sweating right now. But that is a good example of how my anxiety is. I guess at this time in my life.
Is it interesting?
Anyway, so
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
pretty much, yeah.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
It sounds like Coda maybe had a little bit of ADHD. Can we jump off? No. I tried. I did try to jump off, which might also be another sign of where my mental health is at. Hello? Am I just going slower? Oh my god, dudes.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Okay. He's like friends with this guy but plays the game to understand him. I think he may be in love with Coda. Maybe. Stand on an egg. Oh my god. What? What are all these words? Why do they kind of look like my chat? Almost like the text is almost the same.
And nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Sharks are trying to eat you. Simultaneously, you are trying to eat the sharks.
He didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
You walk around talking people down from pursuing their hopes and dreams. Aw, man, I wasn't done reading that. Okay, here we are. Oh. Yeah, this is, again, I watched the preview of this game and I have...
Well, this is new for Coda.
I still have no idea what it's supposed to be about other than we're watching or playing through some of his old friends' games. Oh, God. I don't like that dark mist. Is there another lever somewhere? Trying to find the lever. Come on, let me in. Maybe if we push it and we close ourselves in. Oh, yep, that's exactly what we're supposed to do.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Turns out that actually worked. I don't know why I thought of that if we just close ourselves in, but that feckin' worked.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Alright, ready? Enter. Whoa. What? What?
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Jump. Oh man! I was like, that's my role, is to jump. Oh my god, please don't do this to me. You are now exiting.
So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back, and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Okay, sure. Whoa. Just a house. That's sort of a hill, also.
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
Sure.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Okay. I can't interact with anything so far. Oh, God. Jesus. Fucking jumpy. Oh, I want to get over there. I want that. Yes. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I can do it. Yes. Oh, for nothing. Whatever. It doesn't actually go anywhere. It doesn't open, actually. Wow. This is kind of scary. Kind of scary. Okay. I don't know. Just to find out who's the idiot, I guess. This is probably me. Oh god! Oh god, okay. Man. Okay. It's parkour. Parkour! Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Let's jump down here. Wow, there's like slide physics or something? Am I supposed to just jump down? Oh. It literally... Oh, we're not going back. We're not going back. Definitely not. Let's see here. Let's fucking take a leap. No fall damage. Whoa. Okay. I think there's something light down here that we want. Whee! Alright. I won't lie, falling in games does give me the same type of anxiety as like... Yeah. I think that that's the case. But it was, no matter like... Yeah, so I still get like that same drop feeling, even in games here. What is this? Can I just come down here? Okay. Ah, stairs. We made it. We have made it. Oh, look up again? Yeah. I could have jumped, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if there's any particular image he was trying to create here, unless there was. Maybe it was just a set of like, oh, there's an invisible wall here. It's as far as I can go. Yeah, totally. Whoa, that shit opened by itself. This feels like a... What the fuck is that? This feels like jail or something. Like No. Huh. Oh my god.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Holy shit, you actually... I'm still in the first game, yeah. So you actually get... I guess originally you're supposed to be in there for an hour. An actual full... Oh, I think I broke it. I think I broke the game, y'all. I think I was meant to go down there and I fucked it up. Can I restart? Restart the level. I don't know how far that means. We broke it. That's why we have to restart because... Oh, here we go. Alright, so we'll jump down this time. We're gonna make the jump.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly.
We did it. We made the leap.
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Yeah, so we are still in the same
tools available to the
level.
Creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
And we head up. So I need to be on the platform. That's how I broke it that last time.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Alright. Yeah.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Okay, I was like wondering what this line here was. I don't know if you can see that in the stream, but it is an invisible wall, in fact. I guess that's kind of an interesting argument too, especially like now that I'm considering going into game development, is that does a game mean it has to be playable and accessible? Or is it like the creation of your art or your version of what that is, what that means?
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
You know what I think? I feel like it might be your like level of commitment, right? Because you know, you're having to like commit to shutting the door behind you in order to like move forward with whatever it is you're doing, whether it be like You know, not to get super deep or philosophical, but like whether it be something in life or, you know, any kind of decisions that you might make, you know, you have to kind of commit to that to move forward. You there,
Here,
did you
Coda
come
begins using a kind of dialogue
from
system
above?
that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, I did. It was literally the last thing I did before coming here. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. What? What should I say? None of these are the answer. Go with 1. Okay. Oops. Yeah, why not? Missing Carter. Please try to remember. It's so important that we get out of here. We must escape this prison. Can you think, Carter? There must be something more. Oh, damn. But, oh, I can't get up here. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, we went with, oh look, there they are again. Oh my god, these the same people? Yes, yes, do you want to know how to solve it? Have you seen it yet? The black space with the mist? Is that what they're talking about? Okay, let's see. Why would I care about the space between the doors? Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it, too. Definitely felt weird as I passed through it. Don't think too hard about it. You'll see it again soon. Ugh. Whatever that means. Imagine this is just an endless spiral staircase. Just goes
so we
on
make
and
one
on.
last descent down to the final floor of the level.
I know, right? Oh, weird. Whoa. I don't know why this makes me more nervous to see.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something.
Yeah.
He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is.
He's
It's a
really into Pixar
destination.
movies.
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Okay. We're fading out! I don't remember this game at all. For whatever reason, it says I played like 116 minutes of it. I have no idea. I can't remember what this game was. I don't remember any of these situations at all. Whoa. Ooh. Nice room. Not. Can I do anything with this? Just, okay.
So first off, I'm sure you can
Maybe.
use this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person.
You're
In
right, I think he's in
retrospect,
love
I
with
think I was
Coda.
probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
Huh. If that's not a crush, that literally sounds like a crush. How do you beat this game? No point to this. Oh my god, look at all these little conversation thingies. Well, holy shit. What? I know, that's what I said. Wow. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Reasonable.
Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
My god. Weird.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Okay. Well, I mean, this place makes me sad. Honestly, like, I kind of want to read them. I mean, we don't have to read all of them, but I want to tell you a secret. Once upon a time I did. Define fun. I'm king of the world. That's exactly what you would say up here, except maybe up there somewhere. Balls. How is there wood and grass and concrete here? What the fuck? What? Brufston, whatever that is. Oh my god. That's a long one. Okay, what is this? I just saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, it was the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't like living because... I don't feel like living because nothing will ever be as majestic as that. I never want to see again. I never want to see again if nothing will ever be that beautiful again. I'm crying now and plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go now to do that. Oh my god. That was a long one. Do not be afraid. Do care. Is that what that says? Do not be afraid. Do care. This game is no nice. This game is no nice. I would like it when I could. Do you feel like a hero yet? In a world full of notes, one man will read all of them. This summer, you will believe blue speech bubbles can talk. They do seem very random, but I don't think you can... There's no way to add, actually, to this. If it were online, yeah, that would make sense. There'd be a lot of random shit. Probably couldn't stream it, though, I imagine. And then post it on YouTube. Cool cavern, bro. We're running out of space. Soon we will suffocate. There are too many messages in this area. Why? Hey, can I type here? Oh, hey, I can type here. I'd rather be doing literally anything other than playing this. Okay. The guy over there wrote much wrong. The guy over there wrote much wrong. Am I reading that right? I'm like second guessing. The guy over there wrote much wrong. Is there a difference between... The gray ones are the ones that I've read already. So the blue ones are ones that I haven't read. And then all of these gray or white ones are ones that I've read already. Is there more down here? There's a few more. Does it go down? Holy shit! We're not gonna read all. We're not gonna read all of them, no. What the shit is this cavern? Boring. I can assure you, guaranteed that there is an acorn somewhere here in this place, and the sailors are looking for it. Oh man, where do we go? Up or down? We're gonna pick one path. We'll read those on the path, so let's go up. I'm not reading all these. Shit, I'm not reading all of those. It's satisfying though. I won't lie, it gives me all of the dopamines. All of the dopamines. Oh wait, I can't go down that way. That's the only way? Are they all? Fuck. Alright, let's go back. Okay, so sorry. It is giving me all of the dopamine, so I am running through the red notes here. I wonder if it goes around. Because I don't think I can jump, can I? Yeah, see, I can't even jump off the edge here. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. Well, you've come to the right place. I refuse to believe. This is the only accessible path. So I guess we're going down first. Butt-ass butt. That's a new... Yeah, see, like, you can't jump off and, like, try to skip certain platforms, but this is gonna be my new... Like, if I'm trying to emphasize something, I'm gonna say butt-ass butt. I need to go to the frickin' bathroom. Okay. Go to the bathroom. Recognize me, please. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. A free t-shirt. Look at all these. Makes a game, includes door, cannot open door, thanks. Hey! At least he's calling himself out from the last one. That's funny. Need side door. Why you so? What? Need other side. Door, why you so? I don't know what that means. Door, how open? Open sesame. Open sesame! Okay, that's it. Someday, I will meet the person who made this. I need people because of the internal good feeling I get. That's dopamine. New room! Yeah, look at that. Wow. Do you hear the chimes? They keep going. They keep you going, don't they? Yes! Wait a minute. Am I Coda? I'm just kidding. I did not make these games, but I'm like, why is all this sounding like it's very personal right now? I would like very much to be desired. Okay, maybe a little too personal. I'm just kidding. It's not very crowded here. I say that. I also say that sometimes when it's also empty rooms. Scared of writing something. Don't want to feel judged. Oh my god. Welcome. Congratulations. I don't really know where to go with this. Yeah. You can go in here, I think. Oop. Don't bother. A game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. This is where I get off. Yeah, but apparently it's just from one person, so I don't know. That's just what the narrator says. I haven't, again, I don't know anything about this game, so, but it's not an online game. It's not a game that's available to the public except for what this whole bundle is, so I don't know. No idea. I failed to write anything here. Not true. I am compelled. Stop, turn back, proceed further with will only result in misery. Well. Take my hand, let's jump together. Oh my god, yes! Oh! Damn it. I thought we could actually do it, but no. Cabbage shapes our nation. What is that painting? I don't know. It does not matter if you ever get over there. Hey, don't talk about me that way. Very good game. I think this is not going anywhere. I know, there's so many, and I don't think I'm gonna read them all. In fact, I kind of just want to get over there and see what all that says. Next time, I will do better. I need someone to talk to. The only problem is that now I have become addicted. The dopamine that I get, I know, that's what I'm saying. The problem is that I've become addicted because now the dopamine that I get from, like, look, behind me, all of those gray ones. And there's so many blue ones now, and the sound that I get when I pass through them, you hear that? Fucking dopamine. That releases a significant amount of dopamine in my brain that I'm like, why stop now? It's like, ooh, piece of candy. This is a note? Sorry. Y'all, I'm trying. Don't listen to the other notes. I'm not safe. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try. We are just gonna walk through and I'm just gonna read a few of them. Painting. What does it mean? Whoever made this has issues. It's kind of like, kind of eye-hurty a little bit. I don't know if it's the same for you guys. It's a little bit eye-hurty. Who are all of you? What does that sound? Oh my god, I need to get out of here. I heard like whispering or something. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Can you hear that? Well, I'm here now. We're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game! Oh my god. More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
That's kind of what I thought too, I guess. Downward, keep digging.
After exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Well, with the whispering with headphones on, I mean, it's a little overwhelming. It's like left and right, I don't know.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
We should not have jumped into the whisper beam. I'm heading back. I'm heading back to the start. Later, guys. Guys, it's not so bad in here. No solution. There's no second switch. Oh my god! I read that and I was like, oh god, oh no. There is no second switch. That freaked me out. I was like, what? Oh, typewriters? How do you leave notes? Okay.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Okay, hang on a second. I'm gonna fix something here. Oh, is it you know, it's so funny. You're on my phone and on the chat, the colors are opposite. So I'm like confused about who's saying what. That said porn stars die too. Also, I'm hoping I turned off my auto moderation or whatever, because yeah, right? I'm like, what is what is happening? But my one of my friends was watching one of my other streams, and I think she said like bite me or something, and it like prompted me to like approve it, because it was like supposedly not appropriate, but she was not saying like bite me. She was saying something like, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what she was saying, but anyway, the chat was like, or the Twitch was like, is that allowed? Are you allowed to say that? And I have my auto mod set to like really low, like you know, it's supposed to allow for people to say something, but you can't like be wild about it. And then so I just ended up turning it off because I was like, that is what there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with what that said. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny. So okay, let's okay. I think that's it. I just wanted to fix the face cam there. It looked a little weird, the coloring or whatever. Okay. We're continuing. Here we go. Whoa. If we get close enough, we can see somebody. Oh. Is that what was going on? I have no idea. I missed it. Normally it prompts me, but I don't know. Oh shit. The door's gone. Oh, here. Yeah, that's weird. Oh. Weird. That might be something set on yours. I can read porn stars. You can say porn stars. Type porn stars right now. I want to see what happens. I mean, without the spaces. Yeah, you can say it. It shows up for me. Is that weird? Does it not show up for you guys? This is a really weird stream at this point. I'm gonna have to do some editing when I post it, but just as a test. But yeah, you can. It might be a setting that you have to change on your Twitch account. Cause yeah, mine shows up, and you guys can see it on the chat, right? That it's showing up as that, at least on the screen. Not in the chat box probably, but yeah, it's something with your it's something in your specific settings for your Twitch. I can't remember exactly how to do it, but yeah, in the chat. Yeah, so then that means it has something to do with specifically both of your Twitch chat settings. I can't remember how. You might have to just play with it a little bit, but if you go in and let's see, yeah, it doesn't show. There's like something like hide offensive languages, I think, and I just removed, like, I unchecked sexually explicit language, hostility, and profanity. I just unchecked those. Discrimination I left checked, so, you know, we can't say, like, obviously words about race or gender and stuff. But yeah, it is, if you go, I think it's like the 3 dots in your chat, or next to your chat thing. There's an option there where it says, like, if you scroll down, I think it says My preference is high defensive chat language on or off. Maybe you click that, and but if you click on that, it should bring up a list of options that you can filter. But I turned mine off because like I said, you know, I'll just have to monitor it myself as I go. But I think the only thing that I have blocked is like any kind of discrimination stuff. So
See, like, this is it, the whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
put a giant hole in the ground? Yeah. Well, you can see because it'll, well, I can see anyway. You wouldn't be able to, but I can see because it'll ask permission on my chat because it's my stream. It'll ask me like, "Hey, are you allowing this person to say this?" And then at that point I can say, "Oh, no," and then I can just block them from the stream altogether. So, you know, you can do that in any other like aspect, but you typically like the reason why I have that set is so that I can kind of filter out my own stream and I can just decide that, oh, I clearly don't want this person in the chat, and so I just block them out, you know. But there are obviously ways around it, like if you were to, you know, say something or say a discriminate word or something and space it out like you did with porn stars. Yeah, it'll be it will let's see, what furniture ought to go in the center of the room? How about a TV with the surround sound? Can we do that? That's a table. Okay, now how about along the wall of the room? Let's put a huge picture of a horse. I'd really like a washing machine. 10 stoves lined up along the wall. Let's see what happens when we do that. Those are just couches. I think we should light up this room a bit. A skylight, full ceiling window. Let's open this up, baby. I'm thinking 10 by 12 recessed electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling lights with fluorescent trim. We'll put live Tesla coils in each corner of the room. Yeah. That is also not a Tesla coil at all. We have a table. I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. Whoa.
There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
It's a maze, kind of.
So okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. Is there anything else that we can see in here? Nope. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Okay. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First click on this table. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. Alright. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off and then turn it back on. What? That was backwards. Or no, wait, maybe it wasn't? I don't know. Now go to the left side sofa. Move it over a little. Finally, touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Do y'all remember that? It was the table, the photo, the lamp, the chair, and the shelves. I think. Right? Right? That's what we did?
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
There's the lamp. Scary. Yep, I was in the furniture maze.
And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Yep, I was in the furniture maze. Yep, I was in the escape tutorial. I was in the reverse prison. I don't know. Actually, I'm already forgetting what being in the prison was like. It's strange, but in a way, I kind of miss being in the prison. It feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and then things will be exactly the same as before. No, I'm really the same person now as I was back then. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. Don't worry, it's actually not a bad thing, I promise. Well, you get something else in exchange. The problem is that you don't actually know who you are right now. But if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. To get out, all you need to tell me how you feel right now. To get out, just talk with me for a bit. What is he trying to say? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. It will make sense. I'll be here for as long as you need.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself? To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna have to clean this entire house by myself. And right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
The art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Don't worry about me. The place is nice. I'll be glad to stay here all night. Okay. Run to the bedroom and make the bed. Kind of peaceful, no? Never did like cleaning my own home. I might have got some demons I ain't ready to face yet. Oh, speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you come out and straighten these pillows here? Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there? I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. We like the cheese. Oh. Nothing. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry, never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Oh, but I want to hear your cheesy story. Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? No need to be perfect. We're all just human. Are there still books scattered on the floor in the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? Oh, there are. Perfect. Now then, how about you come clear those dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever you do, you have absolutely got to own it. Otherwise, it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future you?
Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was, like, grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Present you wants to smooth out the rug in the bedroom, believe it or not. Trust me on this one. Okay. Looks like the tub's gotten rather dirty. Would you mind tidying it up a bit? Again? Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like someone's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I get it, it's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. Yeah, you're right, that's pretty cheesy. But there's a bit of truth in it, no? Anyway, so... housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books, would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Got it. Oh goodness, these pillows over on the couch are a real mess. Would you go over and straighten them up a bit? Can have these folks coming home to a messy couch. Question.
But
do you enjoy
of course,
this?
It can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Huh. So that was supposed to represent the dark space?
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it. This one gets a bit goofy.
Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you think who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted in yourself? Compared to whom you feel selfless, useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp, and the question is not how do we do it, but how do we effortlessly... How do we do it effortlessly? Whoa. What the...
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
I'm gonna go up here. Oh, I guess... What a lie! You can't move around the classroom! I can't go up here! Okay. Being perfect is effortless. This is the key to how we achieve it with no effort. On the way to work, I told an elderly person to start contributing to society. Oh my god. Kids should not follow their dreams. Okay, I'm gonna pick the yellow one. I think that's what it wants me to pick. I should have tried the other ones though. Oh, you can pick that one. I still love you. It's just that— oh, I see. Those are the internal thoughts. The yellow is what you're saying out loud, but the internal thoughts are in gray. I still love you, it's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you are torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? Ew, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Haha, just kidding. Anyone want to do something, some ecstasy after this? Oh god. There is no truth, there is no path. What if I'm not a good teacher? This is pretty wild to me. I don't know. This is actually pretty interesting because these are all just supposed to be just thoughts that are going on in his head. The gray comments on the side there, those are just thoughts that are going on in his head, and he's saying out loud the yellow dialogue pieces. So do what is easiest, do what is simplest, feel what is true. Holy shit, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. Can I say that? Will that actually do anything? Nothing. No one. It's coming for you. It's going to destroy you.
I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Whoa, we're on stage. Oh, we're on stage. Alright, the performance is beginning. Places. In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you start off leaning against this wall. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It is your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go and say something to her. Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. Here are all my hopes and dreams. Just dump everything on her. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it is that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Whoa. Whoa. Why would I do that when I can just bounce off these cones? Look at this. I'm just bouncing around here. Okay, sorry. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. I bet you've learned a lot to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you had to make? Oh my gosh! That's so wild! Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Oh my god. Okay, am I locked in here now? I guess we just keep going? Oh my god. I guess we just keep going.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
Okay.
But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. What? Okay. I'm gonna close my eyes to play this game. So, okay. Am I supposed to do anything? I opened my eyes. Sorry. I know, that's what I was thinking too. I don't know.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Okay. What's the solution? Okay. I guess we have to do all this? No. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. I can't see anything. I don't know. Don't let this be forever. Yep, it is forever. Is it the lamp? I'm supposed to get somewhere, I bet. I see it. I think I know what I'm supposed to do. I bet you have to get up there somehow. Yep. It's the lamp! My work is always fun. No, that isn't truthful. Okay, what is it? Okay. We gotta try again. We gotta try again. So, my work is not always fun. Turns out. We get up here.
Alright, let me explain how you're supposed to do this.
No, I get it. Don't tell me.
On either side of the room are elevators, which go up to an upper level. You have to go up, walk over to the person who's standing there.
I knew it. I knew that wasn't gonna be right.
Option number 2.
I didn't need you to tell me. I knew how to do it. Just took me a while. It just took me a while to figure it out. Alright.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Whoa, the distorted music is weird. There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me. To start it again. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I need to see it to know why it stopped.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
If you can help me solve the puzzle, we will find the machine. Deal? Alright, let's figure out this machine, y'all. Or this puzzle. Perfect. Come along, I'll show it to you.
Because from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
First, you have to open the door. Okay. Then what? Press a switch on the inside. I don't see a switch here. Oh. In that case, close the first door. Now press the switch in here.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
I'm completely out of ideas. Hello? Where did this island come from? I need to see it. I don't even know why it stopped. Hey, I recognize this. It stopped. There was a machine that kept me going. Oh my god, what is that? There's no machine here. These are just some words on the walls. Oh my god, it's kind of scary. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous, that you love it 100% of the time. Yeah, it's some kind of crying, I don't know why, but... Okay, making games is simple. Making games is easy. Whoa. But it wasn't true. Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. It's easy, it never stops being easy. Oh my god, this is weird.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
I think what I find interesting is that, you know, normally when I think of sort of, you know, emotional expression, I don't really, like in terms of using art, or yeah, using some type of art as a medium, I don't consider video games as that. I always... Yeah. And so this is kind of interesting to me that this is a way of, you know, expression to this guy. And he used games to do it, which I, you know, kind of find pretty interesting too. But every time I make something, I feel better about myself.
This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Okay. Any sacrifices made for my work are worth 100% of the time. Are worth it 100% of the time. It always pays off eventually.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
There's no shame, no fear, no guilt. I will be saved by my work. I believe this unquestioningly. I am a vessel for certainty. Oh my god.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
The Machine. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing you should know about the machine. Oh man. Oh my god.
And of course, it's the machine.
It's the machine! Okay. You stopped. You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you've put them through? It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? How about this for a start? You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. I've been so alone. No, nothing. Think carefully. I know how to hurt you. I've seen the thing you fear. I don't know why I picked that option, because I don't want to be scared. Alright then, I will speak to them for you. It falls on me to deliver bad news. I have a troubling revelation. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Let's pay it retribution. Let's show it that we are not failures. Follow me, we will destroy the machine. Destroy everything the machine has created. Let's do that one. What does that mean? Oh. It just gave me a gun. Just spawned in a gun, that's all. Whoa. It's kind of satisfying.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for it? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
We're just destroying everything. Oh my god, did I fall?
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Whoa. Is this part of the game? Okay, how?
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Weird.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
All right, I think this is the last part of it.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. this room actually has a maze in it.
Oh shit, sorry guys.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Okay, I wish we can see where the maze is. I should have meant, I didn't realize there was going to be any flashes, so hopefully that wasn't too bothersome for anyone.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
It doesn't want you to play, is probably what it is.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Yeah, he certainly was. Or he could have just been kind of sick of this guy trying to like creep in and figure out or read into his game so much. He was probably like, man, dude, just give me some space. And that's why he sent him this unplayable game.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Maybe there isn't a problem. What if there isn't actually a problem? He's just created this whole narrative for Coda that doesn't actually exist.
For not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up? I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
Yeah. You've so infected my personal space that it's possible
they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally, for a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games. If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Yeah, totally a stalker. Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? Stop adding lampposts? So he was adding the lampposts?
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Would you simply let them be what they are? Why am I around you? When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. The fact that you think I'm frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I mean, I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you're wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. if I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again, and I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Wild. So I also think that exactly what he said was that he just needed to feel better about himself. The apology. So you know, I mean that just
more love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
This is where we need to be.
Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons. Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Weird. I'm not exactly sure where I'm meant to go here.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Maybe that's the prison.
What now?
I
think
know.
need to
It's
go.
wild.
And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Yeah, I've not, I had no idea what I was getting into when I started this game today. I don't even know how long it is. I mean, we're supposed to be coming up to the end, supposedly. But, yeah, I had no idea what I was getting myself into starting this game. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know why it says I played 116 minutes of this game, because I don't remember, you know, I don't remember at all any of this, honestly. This is pretty wild. Oop, we're jumping. Oh, it's an elevator. To here. Yeah, I think Saturdays are gonna kind of be like a random short game, or you know, doesn't necessarily involve a huge story process. You know, he mentioned at the beginning of this that he was also one of the creators of or was he the creator of, or something? He had some work with the Stanley Parable, which is a game that I have played, which I think would be also a fun game. It's not deep like this, but yeah. So I'm hoping, I think that's gonna be my plan. Is like we'll just call them like short game Saturdays or something. And then I'll just, during the week, I'll just be doing like my usual, like Fallout stuff or whatever game I have going on, so I think that works. Well, there's the Whisper Beam. Our narrator left us for now. Not sure for how long. That's thunder. Okay. Now we're floating into darkness. Oh, the maze. Whoa. What do we do? Just continue to float up, or what? Ah, too bad Sarah missed this. It's kind of hurt. I hurty a little bit. Wonder if that'll even render on YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty rad. I don't know if this song is copyright, but I will allow it to play for now. Yeah. Maybe Coda wants him to leave him alone. Also, no thanks to Coda. That's it. That's the end. Well, that was kind of a crazy ride. Yeah. So I don't know if this game was actually... I mean, he didn't thank Coda, so... I don't know. I don't know if that's actually real. We'll have to look into that, but... Yeah, I guess I'll just call it a little early today since we finished this game here.